It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, because I think we should explain like where we fall.
Yeah. Go ahead. Start the episode, Mike. Start the episode. I will slap the living black over you.
I slap you like Craig should have slapped you, so you could have some respect.
My dad never slapped me.
Exactly.
My mom did.
And that's why you got a little bit of respect. How about that?
No, that's not why.
In your mom. How about that?
No, my father taught me respect by other means. Always have respect when respect is the limit.
Right. Well, I'm gonna start.
I'm the king of Wakanda, okay? I'm got my Black Panther shirt on today.
There you go.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda will be finished. Listen, everyone.
It's challenge day.
News. We looked at the news and we said to ourselves, okay, so the government decided to appeal same-sex marriage.
Like we didn't see that coming from 3 miles away.
Yeah, so we instead of repeating ourselves, we thought...
For the 8th time.
Yeah, we thought, why not kind of speak to you on a personal level and get a gist of where we both fall on the political spectrum and why we come together to take stances on certain topics. Because I feel like we haven't really opened up like that about like where we fall on the political spectrum.
I mean, I feel sometimes that a lot of people don't understand the reasoning and the logic behind why we feel what we feel. But
you see, with me, my leanings, I guess I'm conservative on some points. You know, like I'm very fiscally conservative. Like I believe in spending smart, you know what I mean? So it's like when I come down on certain things like unbudgeted consultants, that is why I take a stance on those sort of things, because to me it goes against my very fiber of my being. Like I feel like if you have a public purse, you have to know how to maintain it. But I am also socially liberal where it comes to like freedom of choice. Like I believe that it is your choice to have an abortion. It is your choice if you want to, you know, have a same-sex marriage. It's your choice. You know, I feel like we should not be dictating to people how they live their lives. But I'm not as liberal as my co-host.
Well, I wouldn't call myself liberal. I'm just logical.
Well, you're super liberal.
If something logically makes sense, then I'm for it. If there's no logical reason as to why we can't have something. Like, perfect example, there's no logical reason why gay people can't get married. There's no logic behind it. The only logic that is brought to us is a bunch of religious mumbo-jumbo.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of times people who watch it, they mistake our passion and our, you know, frustration to be solely directed at the PLP. And that we come to, you know, really bash or turn on, but it's not the case.
You've championed the PLP before.
It's not even rare. So much that. It's just for them, they've certain things that they do fundamentally go against where we fall on certain issues politically.
Well, I mean, the same could be said for the OBA.
Well,
because
exactly.
We've said several times that we don't have any left wings. We have a right wing and we have a far right wing.
Yeah.
So, which is why you find us very much in disagreement with a lot of things the current government is doing, because they are very right wing while we are very left wing.
Exactly. And it comes down
we are the left wing. We don't have a left wing. We're the closest thing we have to one.
That's right. And we're left. Not completely left, but left.
What does completely left mean?
Completely left. It's like, small government.
What?
It's not. I'm sorry. It's libertarian. I'm sorry, but like completely left is like, like everything goes. You know?
Okay, no. I ain't saying everything goes.
Completely left
I'm not
is
saying
like,
everything goes.
Non-binary. I don't identify as a gender. That's way left. You know, like that is.
You just went straight off the deep end.
No, that's completely leftist. Like
there are two genders.
Yeah, it's like we aren't completely left. Like certain things we center left, you know, but we can also be kind of right on certain topics.
Well, we're always right. Get it? Get it?
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. That was yeah. Yeah. So it's like, you know, I guess in Bermuda we have a very straightforward, linear way of looking at politics where either you are or you aren't. But I feel like we need to get a bit more flexible and understand that somebody who is left on one topic, as far as liberal on one topic, can be conservative on another topic.
Yeah, because it's like those people that say, I want legalization of marijuana, but no gay marriage. No. Total boys can't get married.
Yep, that's pretty much it.
But I want to smoke my weed.
Whereas I support both.
I support both.
I want them to get married and smoke weed.
Smoke weed while they get married. Smoke weed at the wedding.
I personally don't smoke weed. But
Be like, do you? Yes, I do. Yes, light it up, bro. Why not?
I personally don't smoke, but I feel like you should be able to smoke, and I feel like businesses should be able to make a profit over that.
Yes, because my stance usually on politics as well as social issues is, in my opinion, if whatever you're doing is not psychologically or physically hurting yourself or anybody else, go ahead.
But
do you think?
We put ourselves in a lot of these situations. Like whenever you talk to a Bermudian here, well, it's not just us, but worldwide. People put themselves into an issue instead of just looking at the issue. Gang stuff. Yeah, because you're just like, well, I don't want that in my house. It don't have to be in your house.
Actually, that's another thing too, because I was on Facebook and a Bermudian lady, she posted that McDonald's is closed in 700 locations. And all beneath it, first of all, we ain't even got a McDonald's in Bermuda, so I don't even know why Bermudians care. But we used to.
Oh yeah, we did.
That was before your time. But I was thinking about it. I'm like, oh, good, no more McDonald's. Get rid of these things. This is better for everybody. Then I thought about it. I'm like, that is a good 700. That's a good at least 30,000 people that don't have a job now. Because we as people are very quick to look at how stuff affects us and us alone, and not how it affects everything. Mm-hmm. Which is something that I very much tried to teach myself, and also my dad tried to teach me to do when I was younger. Like, don't just look at how it's going to affect you now, look at how it's going to affect you and everybody else down the road. Because it's like, for another perfect example, hey, sugar tax, more money for the government. Yeah, but people might lose their jobs and stuff's going to get more expensive.
Yeah, I sympathize with folks who are raised very religious, and I do respect, people's beliefs. And I feel as though if you believe that something is wrong, then by all means say it's wrong. However, we in the political spectrum have to understand that, we share this country and we share this planet with people who don't necessarily believe what we believe. And as long as we continue to run politics based off of what we accept and what we wouldn't do, because again, if it's a consenting adult, that's pretty much like if somebody came up in America and stood up in front of roller coasters and said, you could die, you shouldn't ride this. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to ride my roller coaster anyway. You can't tell me what to do. I'm a Miss 18. I slap you them all. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's the same principle. Like, we can't allow any political party or any political entity to rile us up based off of personal emotions. Like, I understand that we all want to look after our families and stuff, but we have to also remember that not every issue that the government brings up or not every issue of the country directly affects us. But we still should cast our vote on the ethos as a whole, you know what I mean? Because I am a perfectly engaged heterosexual male, and my fiance is a beautiful heterosexual female, and we both...
Why you look at me when you said beautiful? You trying to tell me something?
Well, we both...
It's legal now.
We both completely support same-sex marriage.
Hashtag straight for gay.
Yeah, and it's just, we want folks to understand, like, your political spectrum or where you fall, you can be a Christian who has their belief and be conservative on certain topics, but it doesn't mean that the rule and laws of the land have to reflect your specific beliefs in order for you to be safe.
You know, a good friend of mine, he recently moved to America, married his wife. Well, obviously. But him and his wife are my two favorite Christians. And I say that because me and them are like this. Even though I think all religion is, well, for lack of a better word, stupid. But they never force their belief on me, and I never force my belief on them. However, when the conversation of religion does come up and they explain what they believe and everything, they always very much are adamant that this is what we believe. This is our thing. If you want to learn about our thing, we will happily tell you, we will happily pray to you and preach with you. However, this is our thing. You don't have to live by our rules if you don't believe in what we believe. And that is why I think religion should be restricted. Religion should be like alcohol. You know what? Religion is like alcohol.
Oh, God.
I'm going to go down there with this one. Everybody likes a little drink. Makes you feel nice. It enhances situations. It makes everybody have a good time. It brings people together. But if used the wrong way,
Or too much.
Wow, that was
Yeah, I'll help you out there.
that was kudos to you, bro.
I'm with you.
But the thing is, I think that religion should be restricted to 18 and above. Because the thing is, when you teach a child, some children's brains are sponges.
That's true.
When you teach a child this, they trust you.
But children will always make their own decisions at the end of the day.
They will make their own decision at the end of the day, but if those decisions haven't been reinforced by 18 years of this is what you believe, this is what you're going to do, don't do this, you're going to go to hell. If you choose to be a Christian, go on, do your thing. Do you. I am in no way, shape, or form trying to tell people that being a Christian is not okay. Because if that's the case, I would literally be alienating 90% of the island. That is not at all what I'm saying. You are free to believe everything you want to believe, but I take such a hard stance on the church because growing up in the church and being taught everything, reading the Bible so many different times, going to Bible classes, I've never been to public school before. I went to Adventist education from kindergarten all the way till I graduated school. 13 years of Christian education. I went to a Christian boarding school. If I was late for church, I got detention.
Oh, God. Well, that's why. Well, this is what it produces.
No. Okay, actually, I'm a special case because most of my friends that graduated are still very religious. Me, because of my outlook on logic and reason, I read the Bible, and I can't believe in it because I was raised with the whole prospect of everything in the Bible is correct, everything, and I'm like, it says right here to kill this girl if she's had sex with another man, but the ones that are virgins, take them for yourself. That is Numbers 11, chapter 17, if you want to look it up.
Numbers.
I
knew numbers.
Glory, hallelujah, praise the Lord.
Well, listen.
But then you've got texts that say like, oh, love your neighbor. So I'm down with that, but I'm down with the loving messages and the accepting messages and the be good to everybody messages. But then you've got the genocidal maniac messages that said, oh, Saul, go kill all the Amalekites and slaughter them and their livestock. Why you gotta kill the livestock? Like, that's just excessive.
Nope, that's how you did it back then. In the village, they couldn't eat nothing.
No, that's not how you did it back then. Because if you read the Art of War, which was written in the ancient times, each part of the Art of War says that when you take another man's land, you are good to his people so that his people are in turn good to you.
Nope, that's not how it's done. You're good
that's what Sun Tzu said.
Chop them right up. Yeah, that's what you do. I'm telling you that now. Yep. If you be nice to them, they get strong. They chop you up next. Yep.
Yeah. Also, I'm not okay with the condemnation of slavery, but.
Well, I just think that again,
we could go on for hours.
We have to understand that we have to share, like, we have to learn to coexist with different beliefs. Like, if you sit across a table and as a Christian, somebody who's spiritual, and somebody who is an atheist, they should be able to, as adults, have a sophisticated conversation without
being assholes.
Yes, and without it going into like, wow, I don't think that's true. Blah, blah, blah. Like, really, you don't have to even mention it.
You don't, because if y'all went to all you Christians that go down to the Muslim bakery, if they said you can only buy stuff from here if you've read the Quran and believe in the words of the Prophet Muhammad, y'all will be crying Sharia law in these streets. You know what I'm saying? This is wrong. I want to get my hot cross buns from the Muslim bakery because they make the... Oh my God, have you driven past there? It smells amazing.
Bless the heart.
That could make me convert. Lord have mercy. Oh, Allah have mercy.
Listen.
It's just Arabic for God. It means the same thing.
I just think that we at ITTN, which is ITTN, I guess we have to figure out the P or the N. But I just feel like a lot of times our political leanings tend to look like we are only looking to oppose, but really it's pretty much like my co-host said. It's because we have a very leftist sort of view, and we believe that Bermuda is suffering under this right-wing stagnation that it has. And I feel like if we continue to go down that road where we won't see any innovation, we won't see any sort of cohesion when it comes to people who believe different things, if only one belief is enforced by the government, which is Christianity. Like if Christianity
right-wing
is
Christianity.
Well, yeah, super right-wing. But it's like if Christianity is the ruling belief in the government, then how can we expect unity in a country with so many other different beliefs?
It's almost like we as Bermudians. I can't say Christian Bermudians because they're not always Christian, but Christian Bermudians are very specifically, mostly the old ones. You know, you get some young ones in there sometimes, but usually the older ones. It's almost like, and every time the question of gay marriage, marijuana, alcohol, teenage sex,
Gambling, casino.
gambling, transgenderism, anything that doesn't check into their boxes of what's okay and what's not, they will so strongly fight against it because it's almost like their belief is, because these lot are trying to force their beliefs on us, we have to force ours harder on them. And that's not always the case. I don't think that any gay person truly believes that everyone needs to accept their lifestyle.
There's a lot of gay Christians.
I don't even, and if you want to say that's an oxymoron, every Christian that's had sex before they're married is an oxymoron. Every Christian that's had a bacon sandwich is an oxymoron. Every Christian that doesn't go to church every weekend is an oxymoron. So y'all can frig over that. Either way.
They even understood it.
At least they understood. But I lost my train of thought now. It'll come back. Wait, no, I got it. It's like,
it's that Adventist education.
Those songs are horrifying, by the way. It's like if you like looking back at my Christian education as an adult, the stuff that I watched, listened to, and sang was terrifying. I would never let a child read that. I was a kid, I didn't understand it, but I was like, this is horrifying.
Listen, I just looking in the headlines. You know, this issue is exposing a lot of the wounds that we have as a society. You know, like we as a people, we have a lot of bridges that we need to cross.
And a lot of baggage we need to drop.
Yeah, we have issues of colorism. We have issues of religious.
Sexism.
We have sexism. We have so many things that are being revealed as this issue rages on. And it's just, all of this is being kind of swept under the rug underneath the guise that this country right now is trying to fight for the status quo, which is, you know,
whatever the Bible says.
Yeah, and I personally do believe in a higher power. So when I say this, I'm not coming from a place of you know, screw religion, let's toss it out the window. But what I am saying is our main principle is to lead by example. And that is to be upstanding members of society. That is not to try and make others upstanding members of society. It is for us to be upstanding members of society. When it comes to accepting people, we need to accept people for who they are. And it's just, I feel as though a lot of times we, especially here, we don't like change. And we don't like things to be different.
You know, I think I might have found the perfect biblical example of respecting other people's beliefs. In the Bible, specifically in the book of Jeremiah. The city of Jerusalem is attacked by King Nebuchadnezzar, the Babylonian Empire.
I love Nebuchadnezzar.
That's such an awesome name. Like, I'm gonna name my son Nebuchadnezzar. Until my wife tells me no, because it's probably ridiculous. Either way, when King Nebuchadnezzar takes the city, he is in a position of power. The walls are crumbling, the city is burning, his army has conquered Israel. Israel, the entire kingdom of God, the kingdom of Judah, the kingdom of Israel, is under the Babylonian Empire. The Jewish flags are down. I don't know what the Babylonian flag looked like. Probably, I don't know, every video game played the word blue.
Yeah, pretty much.
Probably blue.
Probably blue.
Yeah, not purple, because there's never ever actually been a purple flag in history. And they didn't have purple back then, but that's beside the point. King Nebuchadnezzar says to Jeremiah, "What does your God want me to do with your king?" Not what do you want me to do? Not what do your people want me to do? Not what should I do? But what does your God want me to do? Because I don't want to offend any God. Now, in today's day and age, usually when a man takes a city, he don't care.
Yeah.
Kill the king, chop his son's head off, kill the next extended royal family, Game of Thrones, Red Wedding style.
Yeah,
like, get rid of everybody.
Tear down the temple.
Tear down the temple.
Take the priests.
Exactly. When the Romans took
That's
Jerusalem.
more like Vikings.
This is the thing. When the Romans took Jerusalem, they took all the gold out of the temple, they wrecked it, they burned it, they took the city, they killed everybody they could find. When the Crusaders took Jerusalem, they burned it, they killed every Muslim, they killed every Jew, they took all the gold out of the mosques and all these synagogues and everything. When the Muslims took the city of Jerusalem, Saladin said, "Y'all can go free." And when they said that, this is actually it's a line from the movie Kingdom of Heaven, but they actually did. No. They said it. This was said in real life. This was said in real life. He said, "When the Christians took this city, they killed everybody." And Saladin said, "I am not those men. I am Saladin." Why can we as Bermudians? Why can those Christian Bermudians not be in a position of power but still respect the little guy? That's the problem that we have. It's not necessarily just Christian. It's a point of the problem that we have in Bermudian society is the people with all the power not respecting those that don't have any.
And the majority.
Exactly. When the people that they, in their Bibles and in their history books, did. Nebuchadnezzar asked, "What does your God want me to do with your king?" Jeremiah said he doesn't want you to kill him. So he said, "Very well, I will not kill him." He blinded him. Cut his tongue out, but he didn't kill him.
It was, it was, it
You
was
know,
those days.
It was, it was a little savage back then. But at the end of the day, it's still very much. I mean, I don't ever remember Jesus saying, "Hey, lord your religion over other people."
No, it came back to be an example, and vengeance is mine.
And
I will fight all the battles.
What's another good example of it? Of the Book of Esther, when when Haman decided, "I like the Jews. Let's kill them." Now, if the Jews weren't allowed to defend themselves, and that would have been the majority government killing the Jews. But no, the king showed mercy and said, "Listen, y'all can defend yourselves." He had the position of power. He still was able to honor the little guy. I mean, the entire Old Testament is literally the underdog coming up because the big person didn't whatever. Literally. Granted, every single empire ever has conquered Israel, so that should say something. But I know literally, if you go through like the list of great empires, I think the only one that hasn't conquered Israel is like the British.
Yeah,
and even they
technically, Rome
conquered Israel.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, the British technically. That's what I intermingle in.
Oh, please.
Technically.
Because everyone from Alexander, the Egyptians, the Mongolians.
But
everybody.
It's just, that is why we do this. And
that's
that
exact
thing. It's meant to stand up for the minority. And it isn't just a color thing or a sexual orientation thing. It is the fact that you can be a minority in wealth. You can be a minority in influence.
Well, our minorities are white.
But they're not the minority in power. Okay. But it's just, again, it's like if you have the majority of something, it's not the government's place to then sway somebody who isn't providing a large voter count. Because I guarantee you, if the people who were LGBTQI were a larger voter count, we would be hearing a different tune. But since they aren't, and surprisingly enough, a lot of those LGBTQI people actually voted for the PLP, which blows my mind. But anyway, with that happening, it shows you, you know, that it's so easy for the bigger guy to just step right over the little guy, and everybody feels safe because they are part of the bigger guy.
Like, you always feel safe when you're not the one getting screwed.
But eventually there will come a time where you're knocking on doors and all those small people that could have been there to help you won't be there anymore because we've just completely smashed them out. And I mean, if people don't believe that people will leave this country,
we already are.
Exactly. So it's like, can we really afford to lose more people?
Especially young people.
Yeah, in a society where Bermuda is already like a step behind when it comes to
everything.
Yeah, you go overseas and people, oh, I'll just pay with my Google tap. Huh. You know, and it's like, so what is attractive?
Here?
Yeah, I just saw it actually.
Yeah.
But that's why I mentioned it. I just saw the tourist did it and I was like, you know, but
no, my the newer Samsung, but ever since like the S8, you can just swipe it over the credit card machine because it's got the magnetic strip in it. So I can pay, like, if I forget my wallet, I can just be like, whoop.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Take my money.
It's like, you know, we always we don't have what attracts, you know, young people to stay. Like, you know, it's hard to open a business. It's hard to pursue something that you really care about. I mean, it's hard to get support behind any of your crafts, anything you're selling. I mean, you have such a high cost of living. So what is really your, you know, you can't really get higher education. So what exactly are we doing to innovate? We have spent so much time squabbling over things like this, and it's not the first time. I mean, we've had huge squabbles over work to rules and all this stuff, but while we've been squabbling over things like that, public transportation is going to crap, our education system is going to crap, you know.
We've gone to crap.
Exactly. And if we don't start focusing on things that affect all of us, instead of focusing on things that only affect you specifically, then we will never get ahead. I mean, same-sex marriage is really, it's a small drop in the bucket that is life. I mean, it will change nothing. These folks have been in your society forever.
Everything we've talked about, legalization of marijuana, same-sex marriage, none of it's going to affect you. Because the thing is, the people that are smoking weed now are not going to smoke more weed when it's legal. It's just, it's going to be the same thing.
Mending, they might smoke less, according to most studies.
Yeah, because it's going to be more expensive.
Yeah, and it's going to be a lot
But it's also going to be more convenient because you ain't got to go to the weed man and I mean, I don't know how buying drugs is like. I've never bought them before.
I haven't either, so. But I'm sure it's like, they come to your house sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, I guess.
Weed delivery service?
Like, oh well.
That would seem like a very, very lucrative enterprise.
Yeah, I mean, if you didn't have to spend so much to smuggle it in, I mean, imagine if you could just grow it outright. But either way.
I don't know, marijuana delivery service.
ITTP weed delivery is coming up once we legalize it.
Four stuff can make weed products and deliver it to people.
I bet you damn buggers will. I bet you they will.
If y'all take that idea and you don't call us, we'll sue it.
Yeah, and we have footage to say we came up and this is dated. We will sue you. But
hallelujah.
Yeah, we just wanted to take time to really kind of get people to really think about where they fall on the political spectrum. Like, why do you make the decisions you make, and why is it that you vote for somebody? Is it because of what party they're a part of? Is it because of what skin color they are? And I mean, be honest with yourself. You don't have to tell us, but be honest with yourself. Why do you vote for people? Because where ITTP is sitting, neither side look too hot. And
we have more than one side.
So, okay, if we have left, which is us.
Well, we're the left.
And then we have the old bear.
The old bear.
Yeah, the old bear. With my auntie Susan Jackson.
Always good thing to say about my auntie.
Yes, she's over there. And then we have the far right, which is the PP. Okay. I was wondering, how would you guys feel? Just let us know about a left party. You know, a party for the people on the left side. You know, hippies and all that stuff. Jumping about, shirtless. Animals. Would you support a leftist party? Would you support a leftist party?
What exactly are you trying to say, sir?
Well, I just want to see what people would say. Like, you know, just let me know.
Who's going to start the leftist party, sir? You?
Well, why not? I'll call it, it's a type of party. I'll call
You want that as trademark, sir?
It's that type of
Political party?
liberal party.
ITTLP?
It's a type of liberal party. Yes. And what we would do is champion for equal rights. We're champion for LGBTQI rights.
Isn't that just under equal rights?
Boom. Isn't that crazy? It doesn't seem like it there right now.
I don't believe in gay rights. I don't believe in black rights. I just believe in rights. Everything should be human rights. Everything should just be just under human rights. And under human rights should just say one thing. Don't be a dick. Check out later.
I'm going to start this pretty. And I am going to march down Front Street with my banner. ITTLP. A party for the people. For all the peoples. By the peoples. With the peoples.
The people's champion?
Brahma Bull. I know that. Yeah.